Call Riri. Tell her to make sure they open. I'm not playing. I'm gonna get fresh as hell today with this nigga dead ass mama on my clothes, nigga. Keep playing, I'm gonna go get her name airbrushed on me some white lows, nigga. I'm not playing. And I'm coming with the Pusaisi mask on.
I'm getting mine red.
Tell him set up a boxing match, nigga. I'm gonna go boxing with his mama on the beater and the ski mask and beat him in that bitch. Nah, and tell him this what your mama should have did.
I already said she at the stove, and you about to go right now.
Fuck, nigga. Everybody talking about chill out. What chill mean? I don't know what chill mean. Fuck, next person tell me chill out, I'm bringing a problem to y'all, nigga, flat out. Don't give a fuck about that nigga brothers, mamas, nobody, nigga. He shouldn't have been talking shit, nigga. So I'm a troll all day. And if y'all feel some type of way, come get trolled on too, nigga. Or y'all can get beat on, nigga. Like I said, fuck his dead baby, fuck his dead ass mama, that bitch ashes like on the tip of this blunt, or that bitch a bag of bones. Which one? Nah. And I said it. And fuck that dead ass baby too. Nah.
The victims gunned down here on McKinley Street in broad daylight had been identified by family as Ray and Takoria Rita Johnson.
A 1-month-old baby boy, alone, in the backseat of a bullet-riddled car on a quiet Detroit street. His mother was in the front seat. She was already gone. Just sit with that for a second. Because everything in this story, every decision made, every word typed, every warning ignored, leads right back to that baby. And by the time this video is over, you are going to understand exactly how a phone, a live stream, and one man's refusal to listen to his own mother turned an ordinary Wednesday afternoon into a double funeral on Detroit's East Side. His name was Ray Johnson, 33 years old, local Detroit rapper. Online, he went by Oilbase. He was loud online, always in something, always repping his name. On the morning of May 20th, 2026, he was live on Facebook, taunting, going after rivals in a way that violated every unspoken rule in street culture. He mocked a rival's deceased mother. He mocked a deceased infant, on camera, for the whole city to see. While he was still live, a comment appeared on the screen, his own mother, begging him to stop. He saw it. He addressed her out loud, on camera, in front of everyone watching. "No, Mama, I'm sorry, you know I got a hard head." And he kept going. Hours later, Ray was dead. His 27-year-old sister, Takoria, everyone called her Rita, was dead too. She had nothing to do with the beef. Not one post, not one threat. She was there to help her brother prepare for a memorial balloon release for a friend who had died 4 years earlier. Her 1-month-old son was in the backseat of her car. That baby survived. Here is the one question I need you to carry through this entire video, because nobody has fully answered it yet. Who was watching that live stream? And were they already moving before Ray even ended it? Stay with me through Chapter 4. I am going to give you 2 safety tips that come directly from what happened on McKinney Street. Real actionable things that could protect you or someone you love if you ever get caught near someone else's online war. His mother begged him to stop, live, in front of hundreds of people. He said no. Do you think Ray truly understood in that moment what his refusal could mean, not for himself but for the people standing right beside him? Drop your honest answer in the comments. I am reading every single one. If you had never heard the term cyberbanging before today, that is exactly why this channel exists. Stories like this rarely make national headlines, but they should. If you believe Rita's name deserves to be more than a statistic, hit subscribe, because someone in your circle has no idea what happens when online beef crosses into the physical world. And one day, that gap in what they know could cost someone everything. The central question is locked in. Who was watching that live stream, and were they already moving? It opens at the end of the hook and will be answered in Chapter 3. Every chapter between now and then is just tightening that tension. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Weeks before May 20th, Ray's social media was already a battlefield, posts going back and forth. Screenshots passed around group chats, sub-posts, direct callouts. The kind of slow-building tension that most people assume will stay online because it usually does. Ray had been going by Oilbase and Deadzonere de Goat in Detroit's underground rap scene. His online persona matched every bit of that aggression. He had been in exchanges with rivals for weeks across multiple platforms, back and forth, callouts. The kind of thing that, from the outside, you could feel building toward a breaking point. This is what criminologists call cyberbanging. Street rivalries fought in digital spaces, where clout is the currency and humiliation is the weapon.
While you was in jail, I was around family them, so I already know. I already know it. Mama already told me, when this shit go wrong, and you kill him and I go to and you go to jail, I know the fuck I ain't. The devil is a lie. I'm gonna continue to ball.
The goal is not just to win the argument. It is to make the other side look so weak that they have no choice but to respond physically. May 20th was that breaking point. Ray went live on Facebook. What he said was not careless. It was deliberate. He mocked a rival's deceased mother. Then he mocked a deceased infant connected to that same rival. On a public stream, with hundreds watching. In street culture, there is a ceiling on what you touch. You can come after someone's rep or their money, but you do not go after the dead. You do not touch a mother. You do not bring a baby into it. Ray crossed all three in one broadcast. His own mother appeared in the comments begging him to stop. He responded out loud on camera, "No, Mama, I'm sorry. You know I got a hard head." Then he kept going. Most people watching that stream focused on what he was saying.
Like I said, fuck his dead baby, fuck his dead ass mama, that bitch ashes like on the tip of this blunt, or that bitch a bag of bones. Which one? Nah. And I said it. And fuck that dead ass baby too. Nah.
But here is the part that changes everything. Someone else was focused on something different entirely. Not the words, the background, the street sounds, the details that told them exactly where Ray Johnson was at that moment. The live stream was not just a provocation, it was a map. Ray crossed lines that street culture treats as absolute. Do you think the people he targeted felt they had any other option? Or does that argument fall apart completely when you consider Rita had nothing to do with any of it? Leave your real take in the comments. Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. Early afternoon. The 9600 block of McKinney Street sits in a dense residential neighborhood on Detroit's east side, near Interstate 94. Houses close together. Cars parked along the curb. Ray and Rita had gathered outside a relative's home to prepare for the next day's memorial ride-out. Motorcycles, cars, balloons to mark 4 years since a close friend had died in a car crash. Their cousin Tonia Brown was on the phone with Takarea while getting ready to leave her house. She told Rita she would be there in 10 to 15 minutes. Rita's 1-month-old son was strapped in the back seat of her car. At 1:48 p.m., Detroit's ShotSpotter acoustic network registered gunfire on McKinney. 9 shots, fast, then a pause, 3 more, 12 rounds total. That specific pattern matters. 9 concentrated shots followed by 3 deliberate follow-ups is not a panic spray. It is a controlled sequence from someone who came prepared to finish something. Forensic analysis confirmed it. A single pedestrian approached the 2 vehicles at the curb and fired directly into the driver's side cabins at close range. Ray was in one vehicle. Rita was in the other. First responders arrived within 5 minutes. Both siblings had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. Then officers found the baby, 1 month old, in the back seat of Rita's car, physically unharmed. Tonia found out the way no one should ever find out. Her grandmother called first. Then she turned on the local news. And there was Rita's car on camera. The same car she had been talking to her cousin through on the phone less than 15 minutes earlier. The shooter had already vanished on foot before the first patrol car turned onto the block. Rita was on the phone with her cousin 10 minutes before she was killed. She had done nothing wrong. She was just there. At what point does being near someone in danger become your own danger? And who carries the real weight of that? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If Rita's story hit you, a mother 1 month postpartum who had zero involvement in any of this, hit the like button. Not for the video, for her. And share this. Because somebody in your life needs to understand what it actually looks like when the wrong place and wrong time are only separated by a phone call and 15 minutes.
Tonight, a family is planning not 1, but 2 funerals for 2 siblings killed in what appears to be a targeted attack in Detroit. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. And even more heartbreaking, a baby found alive at the scene will now have to grow up without his mother. We first brought you this double shooting on McKinney Street as breaking news last night at 6. Well, now, 24 hours later, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham is following up with the victim's family and learning why it may have been a case of wrong place, wrong time.
The victims gunned down here on McKinley Street in broad daylight had been identified by family as Ray and Takoria Rita Johnson. For their cousin, Tonia Brown, the loss is immeasurable.
That girl was like my sister. We were together every day. Like, you see her face, you see mine. She was a good spirit. She'd help anybody. She'd get her clothes off her back.
Tonia Brown says she was headed to meet her cousin, 27-year-old Rita Johnson, on Wednesday afternoon when her grandmother called, asking about rumors of a shooting. Moments later, she saw footage of Rita's car on the news.
I didn't know what to think. Like, I was just on the phone with her and telling her I was just about to come meet her in like 10 to 15 minutes to get ready for a ride out that we were having today.
In a cruel twist of fate, Rita and her brother, 33-year-old Ray Johnson, were preparing to gather the very next day for a balloon release, marking nearly 4 years since a friend died in a car crash. Now they are being mourned. Police believe the shooting was targeted. The siblings were in separate vehicles outside of a relative's home on McKinney Street, and the suspect was on foot. That's all investigators are saying at this point. Brown believes the incident stemmed from a public feud online, a feud that Rita had no part of. What was this about?
I'm not really for sure. I just know that it was some media stuff going on. And
Social media?
Yeah. I hope this is a lesson to everybody in the world.
Would you say Rita was caught in the middle?
Yes, definitely was. She should have never even been here, just, wrong place at the wrong time.
But amid the horror, a miracle. Police say Rita's 1-month-old baby boy was in the back seat of the vehicle during the rain of bullets. He was physically unharmed.
And her baby was in the car. Like, you have no empathy, no sympathy at all.
How is the baby doing?
He's fine. By the grace of God, God protected him, and he's here and he's living. Now we have to raise this child and let him know that his mother was a wonderful woman.
Investigators do not have a suspect description yet, but they are scouring neighborhood surveillance cameras for leads as the hunt continues for Ray and Rita's killer. What is your message to the person who did this?
Justice will be brought, and I hope you think about what you did.
Detroit PD moved fast. The Homicide Task Force, coordinating with 9th Precinct Commander John Sveck, launched a 2-track investigation within hours. Chief Todd Bettison went public early, stating detectives were actively closing in on suspects. That kind of early confidence usually signals one thing. The digital trail was already producing results. Track 1 was physical. ShotSpotter data pinpointed the exact millisecond of the first shot. Detectives cross-referenced that timestamp with doorbell and home security footage from surrounding homes. The casings near the driver's side doors and the ballistics damage pattern on both vehicles were mapped against the shooter's suspected approach path. Track 2 was digital. Cyber forensic specialists preserved everything tied to Ray's final Facebook Live: metadata, comment logs, IP addresses, viewer history. Investigators were not just looking at who made threats during the broadcast. They were looking at who watched it to completion, who shared it, and who went silent right around the time of the shooting. Because a live stream is not just video, it is a log. And that log does not go away when you close the app. Now, I promised you 2 safety tips back in Chapter 1. Here they are. Safety tip 1, a live stream is a location beacon. If you or someone close to you is in an active conflict, understand that going live is also broadcasting your timestamp and your surroundings. Background details, street signs, familiar storefronts, all of it tells someone exactly where you are in real time. If there is any credible threat in your world, going live is one of the most dangerous decisions you can make. Safety tip 2, physical proximity is not neutral. If someone in your life is in a known feud, being present with them makes you a variable to whoever is tracking that person. It does not matter that you are not involved. Rita was not involved. She was simply near the person someone was looking for. Before you show up for someone in a volatile situation, think clearly about what that choice might cost you. Write those down. Send them to someone. Because Takerea Johnson did not get a warning. Detroit PD has the live stream metadata, the comment logs, and the IP addresses. Essentially a documented map to whoever did this. If no arrest comes in the weeks ahead, what does that tell you about how the system values these lives? Leave your real thoughts in the comments. The people who coordinated what happened on McKinney Street are counting on this story disappearing. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you know the moment this case moves forward. An arrest. A charge. A verdict. Do not let Rita's baby grow up in a world where his mother's story just faded into the feed. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, show up for them the way she showed up for her brother. Tonia Brown described Takerea as a sister, not a cousin. They were together every single day. Rita was the kind of person who would give the clothes off her back. Warm, generous. Someone who made you feel like you mattered. She had just had a baby. She had her whole life still ahead of her. And she came to McKinney Street that afternoon to help her brother with a balloon release for a friend gone 4 years. They were there to honor someone else who had died too young. The family was going to release balloons the next day in his memory. Instead, they were planning 2 funerals. Takarea's 1-month-old son is being raised by the family now. They have committed to making sure he grows up knowing who his mother was. Not a name in a news segment. A real person who loved fiercely and showed up for the people she cared about, all the way to the end. Here is the hardest part of all of this. Ray's mother knew something was wrong. She was in that comment section saying so publicly. In front of hundreds of people, she begged her son to stop. He said no. She did not just lose her son that afternoon. She has to carry the knowledge that she saw it coming and her voice was not enough. There are no words for that kind of weight. What this case makes impossible to ignore is something that has been building for years. Digital beef is not noise. It compresses the timeline between a threat and physical violence faster than most people are prepared for. And the people caught in the fallout are not always the ones who started anything. Ray made choices. Some of those choices cost him his life. Rita made no choices that should have cost hers. That distinction matters, and it is one the justice system will have to answer for. To the Johnson family, there are no words that reach far enough. To Ray and Rita, 2 people who deserve to grow old. To Takarea's son, I hope you grow up knowing your mother was loved, and that people who never met her still felt her loss. And to the mother who begged and could not stop it, I am deeply sorry. If you believe Rita deserved better, hit like. If this story deserves a wider reach, share it right now. Subscribe and turn on that bell so you are here when this case moves forward. And if you are still on the fence about subscribing, go to the comments and tell me why. Tell me what you need from this channel. I would genuinely rather know than lose you. We will see you next time. To everyone who made it to the end, thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.